students, this is the third and last part of our second semester's first poetry, and that is A Fan of Life, which is written by H.W. Longfellow. So open your books, page number 74. On this page number, second stanza, first line of second stanza. Now listen carefully. In the world's broad field of a battle, broad it means wide. In the bivouac of life, bivouac it means temporary resting place. Be not like dumb. Dumb it means unable to speak or stupid or quiet. Dumb, driven cattle. Driven it means to urge or force to move in a specified direction. Be a hero in the strife. Strife it means conflict. So here in this stanza we are getting a good information. So the poet says, in the world's broad field of battle. So this world is the field of battle, is the field of war, and whenever you take birth, you enter in this world. So that time you have to fight with everyone to be successful or to achieve anything. In the bivouac of life, and this life is a temporary resting place. So you come here, take birth and live your life for a temporary period, and after that everyone have to leave this world and everyone have to go out from this world. Be not a dumb, driven cattle. So you do not be a stupid, quiet person like cattle. So cattle it means animals, cows, buffaloes, ox, etc. etc. These are the cattle. So the person who drive, the master of those cattle, drive them in a particular direction, so they goes or moves into that particular direction. So in the same way, you don't behave like a cattle. You choose your own way and you fight for your own way. That is most important, because life is very short. It is a temporary resting place for us. Be a hero in the strife, and every time whenever you want to achieve anything in your life, so that time you have in front of you a strife, a conflict, and you have to fight with that conflict and you have to achieve your success. Next one, trust on future, however pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Bury it means cover completely or forget. Act in the living present, heart within and God's overhead. So always keep trust in the future, that in future something good will happen with me. That is pleasant or not pleasant, don't mind about that. Don't worry about that. And whatever happened in your past, that is your success or your defeat, don't think about that, because that is dead, that is gone. So forget about that. Think about the future. Act act in the living present and always try to act as more as in this present time, because you whatever you do in your present time, that's the fruit you will get in your future. So there is a heart within you and the God overhead of you. So you have to no fear. You have to just work in present time and think about future. Don't think about the past, whatever happened with you in the past. Next stanza. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime. Sublime it means noble or excellent or beautiful. So there are many great people who lived this life and left this world and went from this material world. And those great people remind us that life is very noble and you can make your life very beautiful, very excellent, very noble. And departing it means die. Departing, leave behind us footprint on the sand of time. And when we will die, that time there will be the footprint, your footprint on the sand of time. It means in the past time what you did, how you lived, that all is presented in the past and people will remind about that. Next stanza. Footprints that perhaps another. Sailing over lives. Sailing it means walking or living. Sailing over life. Solemn men. Solemn it means formal, serious or pure. Solemn men. The forlorn it means pitifully, sad or lonely. And shipwrecked brother. Shipwrecked it means so destroyed. Seeing shall take heart again. So in this stanza, footprints, the perhaps another. So there could be another's footprint, another's past life's event. Sailing over life, solemn men. So that person may be living his life or her life very purely, very seriously or very formally. That person's footprint may be there. A forlorn, there could be a person who is pitifully sad, pitifully lonely in his life. Or any shipwrecked brother who is completely destroyed in his life. There could be many kind of people, so many footprint we can see in his past. Seeing shall take heart again. So after all these footprint, all our bad event in the past, we have to take heart, we have to be brave and move ahead. Now last one. Let us then be up and doing. With the heart of any fate, still achieving, still pursuing. Pursue it means, first of all, fate it means destiny. And pursue it means to chase or follow. Learn to labor and to wait. So in the last stanza, the poet is trying to tell us, let us then be up and doing. So now let us be brave and stand up. Take your aim higher and do the action right now in the present time with a heart of any fate. So whatever going to happen in the future, don't think about that. Whatever is your fate, destiny in future, don't think about that, but work today in present time. That is most important for you. Still achieving, still pursuing. So now still you have to achieve a lot of in your life. Still you have to pursue or chase or follow a lot of things in your life. Life is not ends here. Where you are, start your life from that moment. Learn to labor and to wait, and always learn to labor. It means learn to work hard in your life. Without hard work you cannot achieve anything in your life. And learn to wait, and don't be impatient in your life. Always you need patience to achieve, to get anything in your life. So therefore poet says, learn to wait in your life, that whatever going to happen in your life, whatever you are going to achieve, that is the particular time there, and in that time you will definitely get that thing. So therefore you need to wait for that. So in this way this poem ends here. We are going to stop here. Have a good day to all of you. Thank you very much.